Steve, you're really contract up for Mr. Thomas, did you not? A sales contract to purchase the property?
Yes.
Did you discuss anything about a contingency being placed in that particular contract in case this property is not rezoned?
I'm not sure if I'd have to look back at that off the top of my head.
Okay, well, even if you were to have communication with the county and there's no certainty what council would do, wouldn't it have been feasible to put a contingency in the contract for Mr. Thomas to protect him?
I can't argue with that.
But you all did not do that. Well, did you all inform him of that?
Of the contingency?
Yeah, the possibility of a contingency being placed there.
I'd have to talk to my broker. I really will. I would have to. I'm part of a team, so I would have to pull that up.
Which side of the sale did you represent? Did you represent the owner or the potential purchaser?
I represent Lee.
You represent the buyer?
Yes.
And do you think that you performed due diligence towards the buyer?
I do. When we called the county to see if he could potentially have his business there, I truly do. And when the county says, this is something that they can do, that he could do.
Yes, the county is saying you could petition to have it rezoned. And as Mr. Anderson said, you're looking at putting that trust in certain members here, whether they would rezone the property for your claim.
I understand. Yes, sir.
This is not about Mr. Thomas per se. This is about the community and what is right. Just a little due diligence by those who assisted him in executing the transaction could have possibly avoided this conflict Mr. Thomas is presently experiencing. Again, this is not about Mr. Thomas. This is more about this council possibly reneging on written agreements with communication when the community comes out and says, we do not want this change. It is not compatible with our neighborhood. It is not conducive with our county's ordinance. We're talking about resort commercial district, and basically it says the purposes of the resort commercial district are to create and protect areas where incompatible residential, recreational, and commercial uses may be established and maintained on a sound basis. Standards are so designed as to encourage both seasonal and permanent occupancy of dwellings within the district. It is the intent of district to permit commercial activities such as marinas, boat service stations, restaurants, and other selected retail establishments which are compatible with resort-oriented residential and recreational development. To encourage the discontinuance of non-conforming uses and prohibit any use that would substantially interfere with the development or continuation of resort-oriented commercial establishments or recreational and residential structures in the district. I don't know when Browns Ferry became resort-oriented community. There are no Airbnbs in Browns Ferry. To my knowledge, there are no Airbnbs there. Are we going to ignore this and begin setting new precedents? Depleting land set aside for medium-density residential neighborhoods. Let us focus on preserving the integrity, heritage, and natural beauty of that community. The neighbors desire to protect and nurture the place they call home, ensuring it remains vibrant, harmonious neighborhood for generations to come. My fellow council members, I ask that this council follow the recommendation of our planning committee and vote no on this particular request. We appointed those members to the planning commission. They have reviewed it. They've made a recommendation to us twice. And are we going to ignore both of their recommendations? It's just not compatible with the VR10 district for this business, commercial business, to be situated there.
Is there any further discussion?
I'd just like to say thank you, Councilman Morant. Your discussion was impactful.
Is there anything further?
It was impactful.
We have a motion and a second before us on ordinance number 2503. Now we'll call for a vote. All in favor, please raise your hand. All opposed?